We're now joined by the Commission Secretary and Legal Secretary at PENCOM. It is Mohammed Sani. Thank you for coming on the program. I know we don't have much time. I'm just going to engage you and go straight to the point.
Yes.
Now, when we look at the new pension bill,
yes,
the 2014 pension reform bill has been signed by the president.
Yes.
There are a lot of components that I would like you to just quickly tell our viewers. What are those changes that were made? What are the issues that were raised?
Well, there are a good number of issues that were new, which were hitherto not contained in the Pension Reform Act 2004. The 2014 Act, the new one that was signed last week by Mr. President, contains a review of the pension contribution rate by employer and employee. And the total minimum contribution rate is now 18% of the monthly emolument, which initially it was 15. And then there is also the angle of the sanctions regime. There is an upward review of the sanctions for misappropriation of pension funds. We have a sanction that is commensurate with our own environment now because of all the untoward developments that is associated with the pension sector in recent times in Nigeria. The review contained a 10 million naira fine or terms of imprisonment, and the person must also, return the amount that has been so misappropriated. And in addition, one unique new provision is the fact that attempt to commit such offense, it is itself an offense, and it carries the same weight as having done the whole hog of it.
Now, but this has to do with corruption, really.
The corruption, yes.
Because I just want to remind our viewers about the last pensions probe that was done, where about more than 27 billion naira was embezzled, was allegedly embezzled, and the person involved was just asked to pay 750,000 naira. Now, the 10 million naira that you're talking about in terms of fine, is it in relation to the amount, or is it going to be more than that?
No, it's more than that. You see, the pension probe was in relation to the old pension scheme. It's not in relation to the contributory pension scheme. That should be known. And then secondly, all pension matters, the 2014 Act says all pension matters. So regardless of whether it is misappropriation of the pension fund for contributory pension scheme or the defined benefit scheme, then the sanction is you must return whatever you have taken or misappropriated, and then if you build anything, then it will be forfeited in favor of the federal government. And in addition, then we have the 10 million naira fine or term of imprisonment, and so it is additional. It is not just that if a person steals 1 billion naira, then he will be fined 10 million. No. What would happen is that he will have to return the 10 billion naira, and then if there are additional, like he has traded with it, gained something, that also is going to be forfeited. And in addition, then the sanction would be meted against such a person.
But I just want to find out, our law enforcement agency, in what way are we going to strengthen them? What steps will PENCOM be taking, perhaps using the instrument of the National Assembly, as the case may be, to strengthen our law enforcement agency? Because all pensioners are concerned about the safety of the funds. Well, what has been done to strengthen the enforcement of law to ensure that the penalties are being carried out as when due?
The 2014 Act, the procedure of proof is so clear, is unambiguous, and prosecutors will have an easy way, proving their cases before courts, and there is no room for technicalities. So that is so clear. And in addition, the Pension Commission will there to support, to assist the Office of the Attorney General and the law enforcement agencies like the EFCC and the ICPC and the Nigeria Police in carrying out their responsibilities under the Act. So it's going to be a new dawn, and it's going to be encouraged and supported by the National Pension Commission. But in addition to that, the Act makes it very, very, it reduces the opportunity to even steal, so that even under the defined benefit scheme, the Act removed the human element in the chain of pension, so that it will be digitized, and pensioners will receive their pensions directly, just as the government is paying salaries through the IPIS now directly to the workers' account. That could be done for the pensioners, so that the Office of the Accountant General can pay. There will be no money that is given to somebody. So the PTAD is there to facilitate that, and the National Pension Commission will regulate the PTAD to ensure that that is done.
Okay, we're wrapping up very soon. I just want to ask you, the contribution, the percentage of 18%.
Yes.
How did the committee come about it? What led to that structure? Where the employer will have to contribute 10% and the employee 8%.
Well, it is a very, very dynamic discussion, but at the end of it, the National Assembly is informed by the fact that the employer is always the stronger party in terms of financial muscles, so the employer can really contribute higher, and then the employee lower. But at the end of it all, it is all about collective bargaining, because what the law has stipulated is the minimum, because the employer can actually decide to pay all the 18%. It is purely, something that could be negotiated by the employer and the employee, and that is it. So the 18% is really minimum, and it's really based on the ability for either party, employer and employee, to really pay.
Are there people who are excluded from this new?
I beg your pardon?
Are there people who are excluded from this scheme? Because it's been, revised. It's been the 2014 bill.
Yes.
Was worked upon, was improved upon. Are there people who are excluded?
No, nobody is excluded. The only category of people that are excluded are the existing pensioners that are under the defined benefit scheme, then the military is excluded, and then the security agencies are excluded, and that is by virtue of the 2011 Amendment Act, which has now been accommodated and consolidated by the 2014 Act.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. I think that will be all we can take from you. Thank you, Mohammed Sani. He is a Commission Secretary and the legal advisor at the Pension Commission, and we have been looking at the legal framework, if you want to call it that, of the new pension bill 2014. Of course, the World Pension Summit, which is still going on in Abuja. And on that note, we'll wrap up this edition of Business Morning. I want to thank everyone out there for staying with us to watch the program. Don't forget, here in the Federal Capital Territory, the World Pension Summit in Africa is taking place, and it is the second day of that event. And of course, all eyes on what the deliberations will be like today, especially going forward, looking at how this will be of benefit to the pensions industry in Nigeria and of course in Africa. Thank you for watching. I am Bolaji Akinwale.